Good evening, everybody. Welcome to PatFacts. Patrick here, Pat on your back, personal fitness. Happy New Year. Looking through the archives earlier, hard to believe it's been a month since we've kind of connected. So hopefully everyone had a great holiday. Just between holiday breaks and some work commitments the last week or two, weren't able to be live. So we were pushed back a little bit, but we're back continuing our series about making 2025 a great year and setting those goals and working toward setting up systems to put in place that by the end of this year, we've accomplished that goal that we've set back in October. If you've been with us since then, if not, again, you can go back through the archives and check out some of the past episodes about setting smart goals, thinking about discipline and willpower, keeping you motivated, practicing gratitude to get into the proper mindset to work towards your goals and keep yourself moving forward. And that consistency is kind of what we're looking for. So today we're going to take another step into that process because again, it's not a January only goal. It's not a till the middle of March kind of thing. It's a new year goal. It's a 2025 goal. We have the whole year to work on it and accomplish it. So for the next couple of weeks, we're going to continue on with our series. Tonight, we're happy to have a friend of the show and value-inspired coach Blake Miles with us. We tried to do this before the new year, had a couple things come up, so we pushed it back a little bit to make you wait for it. But Blake's here tonight with some great content. So feel free to let us know in the comments if you have any questions, where you're tuning in from, and Blake and myself will be happy to answer them and give you any kind of guidance that we can. So without further ado, as they say, let's welcome in Blake.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Good, Blake. How are you doing?
Good. It's been a hot minute. You know, this was really exciting for me because just as I got ready to join you here and jump on, I saw your fantastic poster there in the background, and I think this is the first time I've had this picture up for anything like a public appearance.
Oh,
and
nice.
it's very exciting because I admit, you know, thanks to COVID and whatnot, I have I haven't been. It's been a while since I had a photo update.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't have a beard in the photos that I last had and used, but if I did, I don't think it was white. So it's been a long time, and it was kind of getting a little annoying that someone would put the picture up. Nice photo and everything, but then it would cut to me and then be like, who the hell is this guy? It looks nothing like, it's like a dating site, you know. This guy looks nothing like his photo. A little less exciting, however, is I am pretty sure I am currently wearing the same sweater that I am wearing in that photo. Totally coincidence, but hey, it just adds to the authenticity. Hey, this is the real guy. He's the guy in the picture.
You know, we know who we're getting for sure.
That's for sure. Hey, come on. Who am I kidding? I own one shirt.
But right. Yeah.
What can you do? So
it's a nice shirt,
yeah, it's been a while.
One shirt should be a nice one.
Well, yeah, exactly. It feels nice. It's my favorite. Last time we talked, which was, I think, this time last year, maybe, the give or take. I mean, you know, publicly we've talked since we talk almost every day. The last time we were on a show together, I'm pretty sure this is what we were talking about. So what I want to do is kind of take it to the next level, because I'm assuming that some of your viewers are probably going, oh, not this guy again. We already did this. So I want to give them something fresh and new. So instead of just talking about vision boards, because at this point, everybody knows how to make a vision board. It's arts and crafts 101, or however you want to do it. You don't even have to do it that way, and we'll talk about that. But what I want to talk about instead is vision and mission, because those two work together, and you know, you can't have one without the other. Al Bundy. And I want to talk specifically about vision board, vision statement, and mission statement, the trifecta, because that's the secret weapon of successful people. We've all seen a mission statement or a vision statement. I mean, if you've ever worked with a company in any capacity or bought something from a company, you've probably seen their vision statement or their mission statement. The thing that people may not realize is the average person can use this tool as well. It's not just a corporate thing, and it's a really valuable thing. And if you put the three of them together, and I'll show you how they work together, it's going to up your game in setting goals, in sticking to goals, and pursuing something in the first place that's worth pursuing. And that's the key to success in a goal, because if it's worthwhile to you, if you feel it deep in your soul, deep in your heart, then you're going to stick with it. it's going to keep you going. So I'm a little scratchy today, so lots of water breaks.
And while we're getting some water, we'll say
Whatever's in that cup.
hello to Bonnie. Welcome in. Always good to see you here.
Hey, Bonnie. All
Bonnie's
right.
our loyal supporter through thick and thin, and whatever kind of debauchery show we put on, she's there to tune in to watch, which is always nice. Good to see you, Bonnie.
Last time you and I worked on a project together, she showed up more than any of us.
Yeah,
I think she was the only one that didn't miss a show.
That's right.
Yeah. So I want to jump right into it. And before I get started with any of the board, the statement, anything, I want to just talk about the background of what is a vision, what is a mission, because understanding that is the key to understanding what this is worth, and how powerful it can be and how you can utilize it in your life. So to start with, a vision, because that's an overused word. We hear vision a lot. We use vision a lot, too much vision. And now, because of Marvel and the Avengers, even more vision, right? Everything, vision everywhere. But here's really, in essence, what a vision is, at least in terms of setting goals and following a path for your life. Your dream and your goal are what form your vision. Those are the components of it. And this is really important too, because there's a big misunderstanding that we have about goals. That's one of the biggest things that sabotages our attempt to actually set them, especially at resolution time. So I'll get to that in a second. So let's start with the dream. What is a dream? Because that's another overused word, right? Dream. And I often say, be careful, because the reason why they're called dreams is because we don't give them any attention when we're awake. And that's true, but it's one of the most important things you can pursue, because your dream is your ultimate purpose. It's your passion. It's your why. It's your reason for wanting something. And a lot of people just mix up dream and goal. They make them, interchangeable, which it's not. A goal is a component of a dream, or a goal is a factor of a dream. So the dream is the reason why you want something. In other words, how are you going to feel when you achieve it? The dream, in turn, is made up of a goal or goals. There's usually more than one. Dream's something pretty big. I mean, the dream, for everyone, the dream is the same. Even though the details are different, for everyone, the dream is the same. It's to be your best self, living your best life. Every time. Just what that looks like is individual to you, but we are consistent across the board. We want to be our best selves, the best version of ourselves that we can be, which means being our real selves, not having to fake it, not having to put on a show, not having to pretend, not having to be careful what we say, anything. To truly be our real selves, living the best life that we could, doing mostly what we want and a whole lot not of what we don't want. Don't mind the grammar. That was for emphasis. So the goal is our desire. It's the thing that we seek to accomplish. But that serves the ultimate purpose, because the purpose is how we're going to feel when we achieve it. So goals are not actions. There you go. There's the $1 million shot right there. Ryan Reynolds would say, write that down. Van Wilder, write that down. Goals are not actions. We often depict a goal like an action. I have to do this. Well, you probably do have to do that to get the outcome you seek, but the goal isn't that action you have to do. The goal is the outcome. The goals are not actions. They're the result of actions, the outcome that we desire. And then the dream is why we desire those outcomes. So together, the dream and the goal, or the purpose and desire, form your vision. So vision is defined as what you want and why you want it. That's your vision. And if you ever read a vision statement written by any reputable company, that's exactly what they tell you. Our vision is what we want and why we want it. That's what a vision statement is. And we'll get back to that in just a second. But let's jump over for another second and say, what's a mission? Same formula, different factors. So each goal that we set is made up of steps. Well, it's actually made out of projects. But we're not going to discuss projects here today because it's not necessary. Basically, the vision is the dream and the goal, and the mission are the steps and the tasks. In the middle of the two is a bridge, which is projects. So a project is basically what most people would call a goal, but it's not really. The goal is the outcome. The projects are the activities that serve the outcome. Inside each of those projects are a series of steps. Inside each of those steps are a set of tasks. So the steps are our intent, the individual achievements that serve the final accomplishment or the projects. So just to break it down real quick, here's Little Steps to Big Success. Here's a free sneak preview just for PatFacts viewers of Little Steps to Big Success. You got a big dream. It breaks down into goal or goals, usually more than one. Each goal breaks down into projects. Each project breaks down into steps, and each step breaks down into tasks. And the Little Steps to Big Success program basically takes your big, giant, huge, overwhelming, seemingly unachievable dream and breaks it down into tiny little bite-sized tasks that you can perform one each day, little steps. So that's how it breaks down, and that's how it works. So we're going to take the projects out from the middle because that's the blueprint. And inside those are the steps and tasks. So we're going to focus on steps and tasks. So the step, again, is the intent, the individual achievements that serve the final accomplishment. I want to share a real quick metaphor for you because it puts a little visual acuity to this. Picture, if you will, a big, long staircase, kind of like when Rocky runs up, the steps in Philadelphia. Picture a big stairway like that. So it's a set of steps and then like a flat, and then another set of steps, and then a flat surface, and another set. Keeps going all the way up until you get to the top. So to break this down, at the top is the goal. Now, this is very important to understand. Getting to the top isn't the goal. The goal is waiting at the top. You have to get up there to find it. It's a little treasure. It's a little something that's waiting for you, a little gift or whatever. The goal is not to reach the top. The goal is waiting at the top. Remember, it's an outcome. And once you get to the top and grab the prize, you also have that great dream, those feelings, that wonderful sense of euphoria, whatever it is that comes, that improvement in life that comes from getting the goal. So what are the steps? Well, that's why this metaphor is fun. In this metaphor, the steps are steps. It's literally the steps. And the projects, by the way, would be the flat parts in between each. So each flight of steps is a project. And then you stop and you complete and you go to the next one. That's why it's broken down like that. So the steps are literally steps. So what's a task? Walking up the steps. Each time you walk up a step, that's a task performed. But again, see, the steps, they're not the action. The step is the outcome. Getting up the step is a completed outcome, part of the project. Completed project becomes part of the goal. Completed goal serves the dream. So that's how it works. And understanding how to break that down is going to make it a lot easier for you to set really good goals, set really good, motivated, effective goals, and to stick with them and to break it down into the pieces that you need. So just to sort of recap before we get into the next stage of this, the dream is your purpose or passion. The goal is your desire. The step is your intent. And the task is your actual physical action, the activity that you pursue. So with all of that in mind, I want to harken back to something that Patrick and I love to talk about, especially around resolution time. Joining the gym is not a goal. Now, it's certainly not a dream because going to the gym doesn't give you a special feeling. If you get to a certain point in your workout and you hit that, break through that wall, yes, there's a euphoria. But just joining the gym, no, it's just there's no dream there. It's not even a step. I'm sure some of you are going, oh, it would be a step. No, joining the gym is a task. It's a well-meaning task. It's got great potential, but it does not have any purpose, intent, or desire attached to it, which means it is a task, or in other words, a chore. And ultimately, it's going to have no more impact in your life than washing a sink full of dishes. And most importantly, like any other chore, it's easily dismissed, ignored, and walked away from. So that's why it's not a goal. It's okay if you say, I'm going to join the gym, but it's over here. It's off to the side. It's a teeny tiny little task. Meanwhile, over here is your dream. Now, if joining the gym is the task, then your dream is probably to live a better, healthier life, to live a little bit longer, to be able to play with your grandkids. Yes, I'm using my own examples, but they're pretty universal. A lot of folks out there, hey, my 59th birthday is in 5 days. So I am entering my 60th year. So believe me, it's all about how long can I live and continue to hang out with these awesome grandchildren. That's my health. What's that?
Happy early birthday.
Oh, thank you very much. Don't think you're getting off. Come back to me on Monday. Wish me proper happy birthday. So, yeah. So it's everything's about that health. That's my health focus, and whatever yours is, it's something more than I'm just going to join a gym. So deep down, but a lot of people still set that as the actual goal. My whole resolution is I'm going to sign up for the gym. Now I know underneath that what you mean is I'm going to sign up for the gym. I'm going to go work out. Blah 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 blah. But people always just say, I'm going to join the gym. This year's the year I'm going to join the gym. So, well, why do you say that? Why don't you say this is the year I'm going to do workouts 5 days a week? Why don't you say this is the year I'm going to lose this much weight? Why don't you say this is the year I'm going to fit into that whatever? Because you want to present the one goal that you can back out of. Sorry, some tough love, folks, but that's why you say this year I'm going to join the gym, because you can get up, drag yourself out, pay the money, and join the gym. You don't commit to I'm going to go work out 5 days a week because come on. And plus, if you were planning on doing that, you would just go do it. You wouldn't wait till the January 1st. So that's why it's really important. Okay, join the gym. That's your central focus. Fine. But take the time to ask yourself, well, that's the task. What are the steps? And am I prepared to take the steps? Once I've taken the steps, what will be the outcome? What will be the goal that I can reach, that I do want to reach? And what's the dream? If you don't figure out how it's going to make you feel better, you're not going to stick to it. That's the kicker. What's the dream behind it? If you want to be true to yourself with your goals, the better way to do it is to find the dream first. Start with the dream, because the dream is built out of your genuine purpose, not just your desires, not just your wishes, your purpose, your legacy, what you're all about. Figure out what it really is. Great one, of course, this is an oldie but a goodie. Ask yourself the question, if money was not an object, if I didn't have to worry about paying the rent, if I didn't have to get paid, if I could just work for free, what would you be doing? That's the beginning of your passion and your purpose and your actual legacy and who you really are. From that, figure out what's the desire. What's the desire behind that purpose? So Patrick will probably challenge me on this going, Blake, you always say your purpose is to live in Aruba. That's awesome, but what's your desire? Or vice versa. Your desire is to live in Aruba. What's your purpose? How does that match your purpose? Because if I didn't have to pay the rent, I would spend my entire life teaching people how to reframe negatives into positives, live their life at the highest, most positive level, and have nothing but abundance. See everything abundantly and seek out abundance in replacement of adversity wherever it is. And there's no better place to do that than paradise, which is Aruba. End of conversation. So wherever you like, go where you like. Aruba's paradise. So that's why it's my desire. That's what's attached to my purpose, because it's where I would choose to be. I'll do it anywhere, but I would choose to be there teaching people 3, maybe 4 times a year, week-long retreat. Yes, we will do it. Come on down to Aruba. And that's what I would do for the rest of my life. So my desire to relocate to Aruba is because my purpose is to have people there all throughout the year for the rest of my life, teaching them how to have the best life possible and teach them in a place where it's really hard to have negative thoughts. So you see, that's a big one. Now, do I do something every day to get me in that direction? Yes, I do. Some days it's a tiny step. Some days it's a consideration. Some days it's a little meditation and a wish, but I never stop thinking about it. And that's what your vision is for. You can have a vision so that there's something for you to tune into every single day. So your vision board, your vision statement, those things are the tangible that remind you. Those are the wake-up calls. So before we move on to the big story here, the meat of it, I just want to talk about task. Just dwell on the task again, the action part of it. The difference between a productive task and an unproductive task is it's simple but profound. The unproductive task has nothing attached to it except instructions, procedures, and intentions. Well, not even intentions, expectations. There you go. Instructions, procedures, and expectations. Because intentions are a good thing. But what we attach to unproductive tasks are expectations. I hope it's going to work out this way. I figure it's going to be like this. And the rest of it is just instruction and procedure. And the biggest kicker of an unproductive task is if you look at it and think about it, it usually serves the purpose and intent of someone else. It doesn't really serve you. It certainly doesn't improve your life. It doesn't move you forward. In contrast, a productive task is attached to a purpose or dream, a desire or goal, and an intention or step. And it's always a cog in a much bigger machine that's designed to help you become your best self, living your best life. So it's always going to serve you in some way. Now, some tasks that serve others will serve you because they bring you fulfillment from serving people that you care about. And remember, it always works the other way too. Any task that fulfills you is going to fulfill others, because when your cup is full, you can share with all. Amen. Thanks for the visual, Patrick. I brought my stunt man. So now let's get to the meat of it, the vision board. Now that we've talked about what a vision is, this is going to make a lot more sense, and it's going to show you the true power behind all of this. So what is a vision board? A vision board is the story of your success in pictures. And you know what? I'm going to jump ahead for a second just to join these three together, and then I'll come back to the details here. So a vision board is the story of your success told in pictures. Your vision statement is the story of your success told in words. And your mission statement is the story of your success told in instruction form. So there you go, just to kind of link the three together. So let's come back to the vision board. The story of your success told in pictures. So here's a key. You've heard me say it a million times, and I will repeat it. There's no wrong way to do a vision board. But there is a wrong way to do a vision board. There's no wrong way to construct it. You can do cut and paste. You can do it on a computer. You can do it on a chalkboard. Anything you want. And there's no right or wrong way to build it. It's supposed to mean something to you. But there are some best practices. For instance, if not the most important, tell a story. A vision board often is just a collage of random images. No, it should tell a story. And you should try, if you can, to tell the story with sequence and intention. The images on the board should trigger you to take an action. That's the most important part of it. One thing that I've never touched on before, this is brand new, fresh material. Patrick, you've heard it here first. First time this is shared with the public. If you can't find the right photo, and people have asked about this, and I finally, came up with a good answer, and I'm sharing it with you now. If you're looking around, you're going, I want a photo that represents this, or says that, or reminds me of this, and you can't find the right one, write words instead. Write the words down. It's okay to write words on it. It's a board. It's not a vision collage. It's not a vision pictogram. It's a vision board, which just means it's a board with your vision on it. Your vision can be done in anything. Smear feces on the thing if that triggers you somehow to do something great. It doesn't matter. Do whatever you want. Then be careful where you hang that. But, hey, who knows what art is nowadays, right? Bananas and duct tape and all that stuff. So, but here's a fun thing. If you're absolutely stuck on the magazine clippings, method, well, if you want to spell out words, ransom note them. Cut the letters out of the magazine and do it that way. Then you don't break your rule. You can feel true to it, but you can still have some words that trigger you, or find the word in a magazine article and paste it in instead of writing it. But don't be afraid to put words down, because you need to trigger action. And if this photo is going to make you go, what did I put that there for? Then it has no place on your vision board. You should be able to look at every picture and go boom, 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 boom. Which brings me to the final point. Don't treat this board like an inspiration. You already have the inspiration. The inspiration vision is the one in your head. This is the one you're getting out. You can see this is the alarm clock waking you up to take action. When you get up in the morning, you shouldn't look at the board and go, oh, maybe one day. That's not the purpose. It's to get up, look at it and go, oh yeah, where's my planner? I got shit to do. Oh, sorry about the bad language. Okay, so that's no inspiration, alarm clock, action board. Now let's roll that into vision statement. What is a vision statement? It's the story of your success in words. So what we call the vision statement is our declaration of desire. Now you can make the connection and go, oh, desire, that's goal. So yeah, that's right. Exactly. This is the goal part. The vision board is kind of talking about the dream. It's talking about how you're going to feel, right? That's what you're doing. You're putting the feelings into pictures. Now you're going to put the desire into words. And what do we know a goal or a desire to be? What you want and why you want it. So that's what goes in your vision statement, and that's how they do it. So here's some quick 101, because you can look up anywhere how to do a vision statement. And no matter which method you choose to, they're all good. As long as at the end, you've put together 1, 2, maybe 3 sentences that state what you want and why you want it. And in a way that will trigger you every time you read it to get down to it, you're good. So I'll just give you a couple of really good, hardcore pointers. That is, start with a brain dump. So just keep asking your question. What do I want? Write it down. And it doesn't matter. You get $1 million. Go ahead and write it down. That may not be end up being part of your statement, your vision, but write it down that that's what you want. But then why do you want it? That's where the what do you want is a brain dump. The why you want it is kind of the editing, if you think about it, right? When you say, why do I want that? You go, I don't really want that. That's right. If you can't explain why to yourself, then you don't want it. You just think you want it. Very important way to do it. It'll clean up a lot of that scarcity thinking and get you to the abundance of what you really, truly want in your life. And you might do a little gratitude in there and discover, hey, actually, I already have that. Yeah, right on. And focus on what you don't. So yeah, pat on the back. Well done. So remember that this needs to resonate with you, not anybody else. This doesn't need to be somebody else's statement of what's right. This is you. And once it does resonate with you, it'll automatically resonate with other people. Have you ever read a mission or vision statement that didn't resonate with you? Nike, blah, 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 blah. Sorry, I don't know Nike's vision and mission. I could probably think it up if I tried, but I don't know. But you read it and you go, yeah, that's Nike. Yeah. Right? Because they put the time into it. It resonates with them. It resonates with their vision, with their mission. So it becomes inherently true. So anyone who reads it goes, yeah. And some of us might come away and go, I should have a vision like that. I should have a mission in that nature too. And it's true. You should, but make it your own. Last but not least, mission statement. And this is another thing. I haven't really shared this out there. It's in my course, but I haven't really shared this out there too much publicly. So this is a first timer as well. But it's nice because it rounds out the whole thing. Really, a vision board, a vision statement, and mission statement. That is, like I said, the trifecta of goal success. So a mission statement, the story of your success in instruction form. So what do we call our mission statement? Well, that's our declaration of intent. So our vision statement is our declaration of desire. Our mission statement is our declaration of intent. What we want and why we want it. This is what are you prepared to do to get what you want? So the three together are what I want, why I want it, and how I'm going to get it. Right? That's how it works. And that is your strategy. You think about it, that's the strategy. And the last thing on the mission statement is this should connect the dots back to your vision. So when you look at it, so on your wall should be your vision board, your vision statement written right underneath it, and then your mission statement beneath that. And they should have a logical succession. The board should resonate with the statement, and the vision statement and board should resonate with the mission statement. They should flow. If they don't, something's out of sync. And mostly it's probably the actions you've chosen are out of sync with your vision. Do not act on that mission, because that mission will be scrubbed. Because if the actions aren't in sync with the vision, you'll never stick with it. There's no intent, there's no desire, there's no passion. You won't stay put. If there's intent, desire, and passion, you'll never stop until you've reached it. And you'll know the moment you've reached it. That's the other thing. There'll be none of that, hey, am I succeeding? You'll know, because it's in your soul and you're pursuing something that is as relentless as you will be once you undertake it. So purpose and passion, desire, intent, and action. Vision board, vision statement, mission statement. And I'll close by saying, no analysis paralysis procrastination here. It will take you less time to do all these things than I have spent talking about them. Seriously. Your vision board does not take a long time. And I swear, if I hear anybody coming back and going, I think Blake was wrong. It's taking me a long time to finish my vision board. Do you know why I'll club you over the head? Because you said finish. There's no end to a vision board. That's why I do mine digitally. You can do cut and paste, but it's a real pain in the neck when it comes time to change it around. So do Velcro, do things on a board, whatever. It doesn't matter, but make it tangible, make it workable, because you should never be finished your vision board until you reach that vision. And then if you reach it early enough, set another one. Keep growing all the time, always building and growing. So you're never finished. So don't talk to me about how long it's taking you to finish your vision board, because it's a moot point. And a vision statement and a mission statement should take you, both of them should take half the time it took you to make the vision board. It can all be done in a weekend. And then Monday you can get started. So no procrastinating going, well, I'm working on my vision. By the way, please don't ever say that. You're never working on your vision. Your vision is in your soul. All you're working on is bringing it to the surface and getting it to work in your life.
Well, thanks, Blake. It's a lot of great stuff there, and I appreciate the 2 exclusives. Just add them to your invoice, and I'll make sure that gets taken care of. But some great tips. And again, if you've been with us before, I know a couple of you have. Last year, I think this is the 3rd year Blake's kind of come in and chatted about this, but it's always from a different perspective and always adding on to it. So there's always different components to it. So it's great to have you here as always and share that. And in hearing kind of some of the things you said, it's some of the stuff, how I kind of suggested we approach goal setting, do the brain dump. Think any goal you think of, put it down, and then attach your why to the goal. And if it makes sense, keep it. If not, then get rid of it. Maybe some goals will condense into one big goal, just like your visions and things. Maybe certain ideas and will maybe amalgamate into one big one as you go through and do some of that brain dumping and that why and applying that to that. So some of this process we've kind of gone through. So now you can take that from your goal setting and you have some of that, hopefully that why behind your goal and things. And now you can apply that to creating that vision board, like Blake said, to have that reminder, that alarm clock. Just like we said with our theme words, I think Blake was in the crowd for that show, setting that reminder on your phone to see that word pop up. We can name our alarms on our phone. We can label it that theme word to have that reminder during the day to keep you on track and to make sure your decisions align with your goal. And the vision board and the vision statement and mission statement are all tools to go in with that as well. And things that you can have posted around that I can see that mission statement being something like a bathroom mirror kind of deal, where first thing in the morning, again, as you're brushing your teeth, you see the nice big mission statement, and then maybe the vision board is somewhere else as another trigger, or the vision statement again could be there as your triggers, maybe in different places, and then in your main area, kind of all together as that big reminder. But it gives us so many more tools to use. You've got a vision board, a vision statement, a mission statement, maybe some theme words on your alarms, on your post-its within the vision board itself. Those are those triggers to keep us on that pathway and that mindset, and to help us, again, if someone says, hey, can you help me with this project? I got this thing, I really need help with it. Okay, my theme words are here, my vision board's here. Does it align with my process, with my outcome, with my goals? I'd love to help you, but unfortunately, I don't have the time right now. I don't have the resources. I'm really deep in something else. Because you have those reminders there to keep you on track and to keep you focused with that. So thanks again, Blake, for coming out and sharing that with us. I always appreciate it.
My pleasure, as always.
And you have, I have to say, you have great reception in the jungle.
Oh, yeah, not bad, eh?
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know how I was able to plug into the Ethernet out here, but
whatever works.
Yeah.
The world's evolving.
Yep.
Yeah, so just thinking of your, like, again, I think you were with us for theme words and actually gave some of the vision statement and things in the comments when you're here. Would you think to keep maybe a theme word or things as part of your vision board as well? Maybe that ransom note kind of cutting and things there?
Absolutely. Again, it's about triggering. That's
Right.
the key. The weak vision board is the one that's hanging on your wall like a piece of artwork that makes you, stop and think, wouldn't that be nice? Because this isn't about longing for, it's about acting upon. And so if a theme word is the thing that's going to keep triggering you to action, then it should be all over it. Like, maybe find that word in 25 different magazines, and just maybe your vision board is 1, 2, or 3 theme words cut out of all sorts of styles. And that's, I would, to be honest, if I went to see someone's vision board, we'd had a vision board showing at the vision board exhibition. The one that would win the blue ribbon would be the one with one word glued in 85 different languages, colors, styles, whatever. Boom. As long as the vision statement had that theme word as the trigger to penultimate and phenomenal action and a cataclysmic paradigm shift in the person's life. It's like, okay, that word changes everything for you and triggers you to action like a sleeper agent. So yeah, that's your vision board. For now, at least, that's your vision board, is that word repeated incessantly, like the number 23. That would be the blue ribbon vision board. See, no thought went into that at all. A lot of cutting and pasting, but like no real inspiration, thought, whatever. But that person knows what triggers them. So they go, why would I bother putting the picture of the sunrise and then it's that word in every imaginable manifest. So yeah, your vision board could just be your theme word or words, but definitely include them.
Right. Nice. And I liked how you remind everyone that the the vision board is never finished. It's always ongoing and evolving, and thinking of how things are in a story and in a sequence as we're setting our steps to get to our end goal. As we complete some of those steps, we can probably remove them from the vision board and replace them with next steps or new steps, or maybe shift the story over a bit and add that next chapter to go on as well. So we're not just,
or you start all over.
Or start over, yeah.
You start from fresh. Maybe vision board 1 was that theme word, because that's the only thing that really inspires you. So then that's what it should be. Don't feel the need to stick pictures of Mai Tais and something, in there, because, just do but then 2 months down the road, it's like, I have a couple of new theme words. I have a new trigger. I have a new thing. I have a new this. So you rebuild. You do. Keep the old one. Keep the old one. Keep it up there, because it's all a sequence. It's part of it. Eventually, you'll have a vision book, and it'll be pages and pages of your own progression. And you can always refer to that before, during, or even after. Once you've reached the goal, go back and refer to it as you get inspired for the next thing you're going to do. Never throw anything away. It always means something. But yeah, you can always change up, but never think it's finished. If you think, it's finished for now, it's fine. Yes, we of course always hit milestones. I mean, what's the most profound unfinished project that you can think of? You. It's absolutely. And so, like your vision board can be complete. It can reach a peak. It can hit a high point. It can be a pause for celebration. Hey, I did that. But then always moving forward. You're a work in progress. So is your vision board. So are the statements, by the way. They don't have to be locked into. Right off the top of my head, I can tell you a company that's changed its vision and mission statement 5 times. If you think about it, you'll know exactly who it is.
Yeah, I like that. I've talked about it here as hills, but similar to your staircase analogy, your goal is waiting for you at the top of those stairs, but then the next staircase is there for the next goal, the next outcome, or I say the next peak, the next hill to climb is at the top of the hill you reach your goal at. So that's when, again, you could start that new vision board and go back to the beginning and kind of restart. But now you've had this experience and the resources and the systems from the vision boards and the processes you've gone through to now apply that to the new goal. So you have all the experience to get you started even sooner and more efficiently toward that next goal. And we like to say here, ascend till the end, always trying to improve until the end. So it's that same mindset of.
That's why I love the visual of that metaphor being flight of stairs, plateau, flight of stairs, because those can go on forever. It's because, like you said, you get to the top where the first prize is waiting for you, and you get that prize and you get the feeling. But then what's in front of you? Another flight of stairs. If you're leading a productive life, there is. Absolutely. If you're leading an unproductive life, there's probably just an ongoing flat surface. There's no more stairs to climb. And what an unrewarding life that is. Or if you've truly reached the end, hopefully there's some really nice golden gates.
Yeah, I think it's important to gives that the visualization and that like that metaphor, like you said, it kind of makes it relatable to think, okay, yeah, climbs the stairs, there's a flat, climbs the stairs, there's a flat. I can think of a set of stairs here in Barrie. I always wanted to do a fitness program at them, but at the time it just never worked out. But it's a huge set of stairs that go from kind of ground level, and then there's a big hill where another subdivision is, and they're really high, but they're built that way. Set of stairs, a flat, set of stairs, and a flat. I thought, how great would it be? Well, great to climb the stairs and at the flat do an exercise. Climb the next set at the flat, do an exercise. So reach that goal, do some more, and then on to the next thing, knowing that goal is kind of up there. So it gives you that like you said, that feeling and kind of the finish line, but then the next race is right there. You're ready to go. And onto that next step, like you said, the next little step.
In Aruba, there's a wonderful formation called Mount Hooeyberg. Now, I grew up in Calgary beside the Rocky Mountains. So Mount Hooeyberg is what we would describe in Calgary as a foothill. It's not very big, but it's big enough. And it has a giant staircase. And there are a couple of little level bits. And so one of the things I'm going to do when we're doing these abundance retreats in Aruba is we're going to climb up Mount Hooeyberg. And don't worry, it's not going to kill anybody because we're not going crazy. This isn't a fitness test. This is the physical, tangible demonstration of little steps to big success. So we're literally going to go a tiny little bit at a time. I swear we're going to step up a step or two, and we're going to stop and talk and assess. We're going to go up another 3 or 4 steps, and we're going to talk and assess. But the thing is, without being out of breath, stretched, hurt, nothing, but just, leisurely, we're going to finally turn around and look out over Aruba. It is high enough that you get a panoramic view of the city and say, look where you are. Now, is anybody hurt? Anybody sore? Anybody tired? Anybody? Not at all. It's not that big a climb. But each little step elevates you, and there are enough of them. So there's very little output, very little overall effort, very little exertion, no pain, no discomfort, and not even fear. I'm terrified of heights. I made it up Mount Hooeyberg. It's, I didn't look over the other side, but I was fine over on the garden side. But I got to the top, so it's not even that high. But when you get there, you do get a panoramic view of the city. You are looking at a whole different angle, a whole different view. And that's what the little steps to big success is. And that's why I love the steps metaphor, because it's as literal as it is figurative. And that's what we will do. We will climb those steps to literally and tangibly illustrate how little steps add up very, very quickly until you're looking at a whole different view of the world, of your life, of yourself, and everything in front of you.
And I like that. It's a reminder that it doesn't have to be a sprint. It's little steps. It's taking your time. It's consistent input moves you one step forward each time. And sometimes you stop and take a look at where you are, or take a moment. You're going to have
take a rest, even take a step back. There's nothing wrong with taking a step back as long as it's priming you to take your next move forward. Sometimes in order to express yourself forward enough, you actually have to step back a little bit. Nothing wrong with step back as long as it's in preparation of forward motion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. As long as it's calculated and there's that forward outcome from that. But it's that consistent action and that plan of always moving towards it, and the journey of it. It's not just the top. It's the steps along the way and the process. And like you said, taking a second to talk and see where we are and what we're doing. And then when you get to the top, really enjoy that moment. But it's all the steps in the way that are part of getting you to the top. It's not just getting to the top as soon as you can. You have to enjoy the moments there.
In fact, you've just shown me, I won't let people wait until they get to the top to turn around. We're going to turn around a couple of times on the way up. Because the view after just a few steps is pretty amazing. The view after a few more steps is incredible. The view after a few more steps is breathtaking. It's the success, the change of viewpoint, and the awe don't happen only when you reach the top.
Right. And it's good to look back at times and see where we've come from, to know where we're going, and again, to celebrate those. I'll do it now. Give yourself that pat on your back for the steps you've taken so far. And those wins, that plateau is your project completion or your win to the next step. So it's great. I love that metaphor. We're here. You'd like to talk about consistency, action, but being consistent. And some days, maybe your intensity isn't quite there because your drive's not there or life's giving you something. But if you're consistent, you'll still take that next step or have that foot on that step to take the next step when you're feeling a little better after a couple of days. But it's that consistency and always trying to, again, even if it's a step back, have that calculation to be ready to take those two steps forward once you get that kind of momentum building in. It's a preload in plyometrics. We squat down to get a jump, or we step back to push off the other way. It's that same thing of preloading and getting ready to blast out and get that jolt. So like Blake said, don't give up if you've taken a step back. Just have that calculation and use it as a bit of momentum to push you back forward and get you back on track towards that next plateau in your staircase. Well, that's all great stuff, Blake. I can't wait to see those of you tuning in. If you're here live, if you're checking us out on recordings, when you get your vision board worked on, let us know. Send us a picture. Take a picture, send us a vision board. You can put it here in the chats. You can reach us on our socials. Blake's got his there. But you can find me at POYB Fit, like Pat on Your Back Fitness. And I think I got this one right, at Blake Miles Coaching. You can find Blake there. Tag us on Instagram, Facebook. Again, come back to this version of PatFacts and throw it in the comments and let us know. We love to see it. Even your vision boards, vision statements, mission statements, any of those things. If you'd love a little bit of maybe some guidance, or a little bit of if you're stuck, need a little bit of guidance and placement, Blake would be, I'm sure, be more than willing to do that for you. And myself as well. And we love to share with each other here too. Like we like to say, not just make the team, but make the team better, as our pal Peter Twist likes to say. So it may be you sharing your vision board or a vision statement. Maybe that'll spark or trigger something for someone else that's maybe a little bit stuck or isn't quite sure what to do, where to go, or am I on the right track? And keep in mind, like Blake said, there's no wrong way to create one. Just follow the guidance and the tips and things that he gave us. But your vision board is you, like we talked about with our goals. We want it to be specific to you. Your goals are different than mine, that are different than Blake's. We all have our own kind of staircase we're climbing with our own goal at the top, but we're all on a staircase. So again, sometimes that vision of you and what you're sharing can inspire others as well, or help them through those sticking points. So Jer, welcome in. Good to see you. Tuning in on Twitch. That boy Jer from our Twitch days. You have to say Jer when you say his name. He likes that. Bonnie, thanks so much for being here as always. As we get ready to wrap up here, I guess Blake, do you have any final parting words for our viewers as we head into 2025?
Yeah, think big, dream big, live big. Playing it small is what's keeping us down. It has for a long time. And, I know we don't like to say the C word, but COVID, the pandemic, the lockdown, a lot of people came out of it thinking differently. And I really think the difference was they started thinking big. They realized we're here for a good time, not a long time, and said, let's get those good times started. And they figured out the way to do it is to live big. And that's what you want from your goals. And that's why we talk about, don't set a task as a goal. Don't make your New Year's resolution a task, a chore, a little thing. Make it something you can't ever step away from, that you'll never forget, and make it something that truly came from your heart and soul. Make it something that you believe in. If you strive for adequacy and fall short, you'll land in a pile of mediocrity. If you strive for the ultimate and fall short, you will land in a pile of excellence. So go for everything. And as I don't know if he was the first to say it, but I quote Jim Carrey on this: you can fail doing anything. Why not try for your ultimate dream?
Love it. It's a great way to end a little CanCon with a Jim Carrey quote. We'll take that. Thanks as always, Blake, for tuning in and for being here with us. Let's not wait a year before you come back next time. Let's have you again soon for a little visit and some more inspiration from the Amazon, as it were. As long as your Ethernet plugs in, we're good to go. Thanks everyone for tuning in again. Let us know if you have any comments. If you're live with us or recording, we always love hearing from you. Send us those pictures of those vision boards and vision statements and mission statements. Feel free to share with us. So we can see that again at Blake Miles Coaching for Blake on various platforms, at POYB Fit for myself. If you're not sure how to find Blake, send me a message and I can direct you to him as well. I know where he eats and sleeps and all that stuff too. So we can, oh, I've said too much.
Is that your van out there?
That's me, yeah. That's where I'm in here. I've just redecorated the van. But thanks as always, Blake, and thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you back here next week on our next step towards our big success of our ultimate goals for 2025. Stay safe, take care, everyone, and remember, always make yourself the priority that you deserve to be by striving to be operationally fit. Stay safe, take care. We'll see you next time.